vibes, no negativity. And I want to first thank those who have subscribed to our channel. To the new subscribers, thank you so much. To the returning subscribers, we salute you. We thank you so much. You who has not subscribed, kindly hit that subscription button and help us to spread positivity. Help us to spread the love of God. Today, it is so ironical that I want to make a challenge to the haters. These haters are going too far. Imagine a video is being sponsored by Busia Boka, the dog, Marwa's dog. I cannot even be able to pronounce the name properly. Marwa's dog is already sponsoring a video of one of the haters. And she keeps on playing that clip that this video is proudly brought to you by Busia Boka. And if you want to support, take him to the hospital, this is the number. And I wondered, these haters go even as low as going to include the dog in their mix. So sad. They keep on telling us that Busia Boka is not being fed. Was beaten because he had eaten some rabbits. Busia Boka is dead. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it the way it is supposed to be. That he's dead because I don't know whether it is because of the beating or what they are insinuating, what killed the dog. And it was very sad when you keep on even looking for the slightest thing to bring here to hate people who do not even know you, they have never met you. And you come and tell us, he does not feed the fish, he does not feed the cows, he does not feed the horses, they are not treated, they are infected. And I was wondering, as I was keeping quiet and listening to these women, I was told not to be calling them girls. They are supposed to be women. When I listened to these women, I wondered, these animals, if they were not being fed, will they be alive? They'll be dead by now. If these cows were not being fed, if the fish were not being fed, if the horses are not being fed, then they would be dead. And it is so sad that people who are negative, they really look for the slightest mistake that you make and make it exaggerated to look like a mountain. Why am I saying this? The other day, Congrats mom received a BMW from Dee Mwangos. And we were all happy and crying the tears of joy. But these haters could not see anything good. Actually, they came to social media and insinuated that this vehicle was never bought. It was fake news. It was an act. They were acting. And they concluded and said that that is why Congrats' dad could not be the one receiving the vehicle, because he could not be able to fake the cry, could not be able to fake the excitement of receiving a new vehicle. And that is why Congrats' mom is the one who was gifted with the vehicle, because she could be able to fake the smile, to fake the cry, to fake all that, according to these haters. And I was wondering, these people don't even know the origin of this vehicle. They know nothing, completely nothing about it. Why should you take the negative side and refuse to believe that this vehicle was actually bought? And actually, Dee Mwangos, one of the haters' channel, there was somebody who reacted and said, or rather who commented and said, that the vehicle has been seen in Nyambohanse, which means the vehicle was actually bought. It was not fake news. And when they heard that the vehicle, because Dee Mwangos actually came to us and shoot the video about the truth, about the whole thing. And she said she bought this vehicle in December, but she could not hand over the vehicle to the mom because she was still in Jamaica. And that is the reason she came to Kenya, so that she can hand in the video to the mom. But to the haters, the reason Dee Mwangos came to Kenya is because of the Jam Tours case, so that she can come and repay the money. That one we have not heard about it. They are not talking about it. They are silent now. I don't know what they will say when we don't hear about this case at all. I think they'll look for something else because they are outside there looking for the slightest negativity to come here and exaggerate it and make this family look like they are demons. Make this family look like they are the worst in life. And my challenge today, even before I go on with this video, because there are so many comments and there are so many reactions about this family. My challenge today to those women, bring your life in social media. We see how perfect it is so that we can learn from it. Tell us, don't shoot about the reactions from other channels. Just bring to us your family life. The way you communicate with your husband, the way your relationships are, the way your marriages are, your daily routine, and we see how perfect you are, so that the others can learn from you. Because to me, there is no relationship that is perfect. There is no life that is perfect. We have our own weaknesses and our strong points as human beings. And none of us can say, even if the Bible says so, none of us is perfect. All of us, we have fallen short of the glory of God. And that is why Christ came on earth, so that we can be redeemed. And therefore, it is so ironical to expect a certain family to be perfect when you know very well your family is not perfect. You are not perfect. Nobody is perfect in this whole world. I'm not perfect, and you are not perfect. And even this family, we don't expect them to be perfect, completely without even the slightest mistake they can make. And because these people look like they have no blemishes in their lives, that is why I'm challenging them. They bring their lives here so that we can see and copy from them. There's a thing that really worried me, and I was so disappointed. I've never been disappointed by any reactors like the way I'm disappointed by the people that we have here in Kenya. Imagine Kenyans attacking a fellow Kenyans and trying to demonize the whole family and trying to bring down the whole family. And the other day I said, Africans have a problem. I don't know whether people compete with each other, people just are envious of each other, people are jealousy of each other. I don't understand why a whole group of women can come to social media and talk about Kograt's mom and Kograt's dad fighting in the hotel. Let me ask you, and I think I'm going to mention their names. You and Carlo on trending. This are the one who is calling herself Black Beauty, Modesta. At least those ones are a bit far, they are in Nigeria. This guy calling himself Nairobi teacher. Let me ask you, in your home, your mother and your father, would you want someone to come here in social media and start telling us that your parents are fighting? Is that okay? What are you trying to do to these children? Thank God that they are so strong. They are so positive that you cannot bring them down. So these girls or these women came and told us that Kograt's dad and Kograt's mom were fighting in the hotel. And let us assume that they were actually fighting or actually arguing. Let us not call it fighting. Let us call it they were actually arguing. Who doesn't argue? I argue with my husband every day. Not really every day. We disagree. It is the order of the day in every marriage. It is actually, if you don't disagree in things, then you are not normal. Every couple, there are times you disagree. There are times you argue. And that does not mean you are not a normal couple. A normal couple is the ones who disagree and then agree to agree. They come together and discuss their disagreements. So when we talk about the disagreements of Kograt's mom and Kograt's dad, that Kograt's mom didn't want Kograt's dad to make that noise, and they really exaggerated about that noise. They were asking what Kograt's dad was beating behind the scene when Kograt's mom was shooting the video. And there was so many sorts of ideas what Kograt's dad was doing behind the scene. That is not even something to keep on arguing about. He could be doing his own things, because you cannot dictate what a person does inside the hotel. You cannot tell a person what to say, what to do, where to go. No. And therefore, if at all this couple disagreed, it's no more. Couples disagree and then they come back together. I don't understand why you should come and tell us here that these two disagreed, they were fighting, they are this and this. Please don't. These are older people than you. These are actually your parents. Respect them. Even as much as you go to attack Dee and Marwa and David Jr., stop attacking people who are older than you. You talked about the African beliefs and the African traditions. That in Africa, you should not reward a woman and leave a man. What about, I told you the other day, these guys, they just comment on something and they are actually doing the opposite. Because in African traditions, we are supposed to respect the older people. But are you respecting Dee Mwangos and Marwa's and David Jr.'s parents? You are not. When you bring to us that they are fighting, the other day you brought to us that Kograt's mom was bathing in the river, that Kograt's dad, Dee Mwangos, entered the room when Kograt's dad was having a boxer. I don't understand why boxers are worn, even here in Nairobi. I see so many men walking along the streets in boxers. Yeah, so even swimming pools. And families go to the swimming pool together. Are these people from Nairobi? Because I always hear them saying they are from Nairobi. In Nairobi, if you go to the swimming pools, you'll find people with boxers. You'll find parents and their children in boxers. On the streets of Nairobi, you'll find men wearing boxers. What was the big deal of Dee Mwangos entering the room and finding the father in a boxer? It is so common here in Nairobi. I don't know where you come from. Because the way you are exaggerating it, it's like that these people have committed a crime that cannot be forgiven. It is so sad that you are looking for a way to bring this family down. So I have told you, if you don't know, come to Nairobi. On the streets of Nairobi, you meet men wearing shorts. And it's not a big deal. And the short that Dee Mwangos' father was wearing is not a boxer actually. It was a short. There is a difference between a boxer and a short. He was wearing a short. And therefore, stop your hatred. Stop bringing this family down. I think I'll say that until you stop. Now, the other day, I also saw people saying that Kograt's dad was very annoyed because he was not bought the vehicle. And I think I reacted to that. And there are so many stories behind Kograt's dad not being the one gifted the vehicle and Kograt's mom being the one gifted the vehicle. What is the big deal? A mother is very important in a child's life. And I think I'm going to shoot a video on the importance of a mother in a child's life. In Africa, it is the woman who carries the pregnancy and does all the work. Even when she's pregnant, she's the one who goes to the hospital to deliver. She's the one who brings this child up, especially when the child is a toddler. You take care of them until they are able to depend on their own. The mother is very, very important because she's there with the child 24/7. And therefore, a bond between a mother and a child is actually more stronger than maybe the bond between a father and a mother. a father and a child. But I'm not saying Kograt's dad should not be bought things. I'm actually saying both of them have the same, not really ability, they have the same, they should be bought, both of them, in other words. But if Dee decides to start with the mother, what are we to start bringing it here in social media, talking about how it was bad, talking about that Kograt's dad was ashamed because of what? It is the wife that was bought the vehicle. The vehicle is not being bought to a stranger. This vehicle will come to their house. And Kograt's dad cannot be prevented from riding the car or going to the car wherever he wants to go. Because I'm sure this is a family whereby they can agree. In a home, you just sit down and agree. You don't have to be dictated by people outside what to do or what to say or where to go. So let us be alive and stop interfering with the people's life. Imagine these guys, these women, and even the man. Whoever comes closer to this family is also attacked. It's like it is a plague. A plague that starts with Kograt's dad and Kograt's mom family and spreads to everyone who comes close to them. Because I saw the other day Mayuguno. Mayuguno is a very, very close friend to Ayamarwa. And I saw people saying Mayuguno is a scammer. He's scamming people. He's bringing self-pity here in social media so that he can be sent money. And I saw one of them saying, do not send Mayuguno money. I don't understand why you can incite other people. If they feel like sending him money, let them do it. It's not your money. You have not been asked to send yourself. So allow the people who want to help to help. And Mayuguno was constructing a house for Mama Grace, and he was helping other people there in the village. So I don't understand why we should come here and tell the people who are willing to assist them so that they can reach out to those who are needing the village. And if you really feel that you cannot send, then it remain like that. You let the people who can send do so. So since Mayuguno is very close to Marwa, he has been taught how to scam by Marwa. He has been taught how to do things by Marwa. Oh my God, these girls, these women, this man, they can go far. Stop interfering with the people's lives. Let Mayuguno be. He has suffered a lot. He was struggling even before we knew him. He was there down. And now that God has uplifted him, now that God has seen his cry, you just want to come and disconnect his source of income from him. Do you want him to go back to where he is so that you benefit with what? And most of these people that are commenting are Kenyans. And that is why Dee Mwangos said 10% of the Kenyans are the ones that support her. The rest are, and it is true that we have some Kenyans that are very jealous. Why should you attack your fellow Kenyan when they are moving upwards? Mayuguno, when he had problems and poverty, no one was concerned about him. Dee Mwangos, Ayamarwa, David Jr., when they were in poverty, total poverty, nobody could attack them. Nobody could come here to social media to talk about them. But now that their light has started shining, people come here and talk all manners of negativity so that you can pull them down. Where were you when they were struggling? Where were you when they were down there? Where were you when they could not even be able to live in a better place? And now that God has remembered them, you are here telling us about how they are scamming people, how they are doing this and this, how they are telling lies, how they know how to use people, how they know blah, 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 blah. Will you ever stop? Kindly let us love one another. Let us spread positivity. Because whatever you plant, that I tell you, you'll harvest, shaken and overflowing. If you plant hatred, if you plant gossip, if you plant spreading rumors, if you plant lies, because there is one woman, and I'm going to talk about her, I saw everything she talks are lies. She's from Nigeria. Everything she talks are lies. And I wonder why you should gather lies and accumulate them. By the way, I heard her saying, what if it's not true? Then come and beat me, so she knows she's talking lies. And why talk lies to destroy other people? Actually, she said that in her channel. So what? If I am talking lies, if it's not right, if I'm not correct, so what? Come and beat me. Why should you spread false information so that people can hate this family, so that people can disconnect with this family? And you know what is God? God is so powerful. God is so strong that when you believe in Him, there is no mountain you cannot climb. There is no barrier that you cannot overcome. And I love that this family keeps God first. And no wonder they have gone where they are. And I want to tell their haters, however much you try, the door that God has opened, no one can shut it. Whomever God has blessed, no one can curse. Therefore, you're going to try, but it will be in vain. Actually, I want to tell those who are saying they are going to report them, don't even report them, because their case will be handled by God. Because the revenge belongs to God. He will teach them how to respect people, how to be positive, how to love. Because it's so wrong to come and spread lies so that other people can go down. So thank you so much for keeping on watching us, and we really appreciate. God bless and thank you.